good morning, listeners. Good morning, viewers. Welcome. It's, of course, to the point. It's, of course, Friday, the 25th day of July, 2025. How's everybody doing this morning? Hope all is well with you, our listeners and viewers of, especially those of you via our social media platforms. How are you doing this morning? Hope all is well wherever you're at around the world. Good morning, and certainly thanks for being with us here on To The Point this morning. I'm your host, GT. Chiming with me this morning just for a few minutes, my good bro from way back when. Let me say good morning to Muscles.
Yes, man.
Doing, I'm calling him back his sobriquet, as they would say.
Yeah, because I mean, that is what we know each other,
Muscle
you know.
Man. Hey, Muscle,
that is what we know each other from there. Very good, man. Once I'm in this land of the living, that is the land of the living, you know. You get all the best food down here. I
wouldn't even say way back, and we go miles back.
Yeah. We started
we go really far back.
Trust me.
Nice to see you back. Well, it's Grenada is home.
Yeah.
Grenada is home. So, of course, you
it's
just
a good
back
paradise here, man.
You
to be here.
You choose specific times of the year to be here because it's carnival. Even out of season, sometimes you do chat back from time to time.
Yeah.
How you doing, my brother?
Very good, you know. Very good. You know, I start to approach this positive way of life here now that the word is very powerful. So I'm not going to tell you, you know, trust me, I'm doing good. As long as I have that health in my body, that I can still come down here and get the mango, suck the breadfruit, eat the breadfruit, and jump on Grandin Beach and move around to the stadium over there, go watch a cricket match over there, watch them guy playing pan on the carnage, or right in town there. I'm good, man. I'm really, really good. Trust me, family and friends is still around, you know what I mean?
If I'm to ask you the question, how long you been doing this, man? The music?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. Because,
how long you been doing this?
To tell it straight out, I started professionally, like singing in Calypso tents and stuff. I think it was 1989. But in 91, I started to record my first little Calypso with Trevor Tweet on one of them press play and record.
Yeah, those tape decks.
Right.
Tape decks.
And you press play and record and get that on the radio. Brother Lou Smith was my first player of that thing. That time the radio station was.
What's the name of that song?
I think
you remember the name of that song?
I think it was something called Sweet Peace. I thought song called Sweet Peace Sweet, you know? Peace, Sweet Peace. I was just singing on you know, how peaceful Grenada is, and I wish the world could have this kind of peace. I don't think I remember the melody now, you know what I mean? But I still remember that song, but that was way back, you know?
Right.
And I used to pen Calypso just as a young boy, just penning songs, you know, build me a little studio, what we call a studio in the downstairs of my parents' home. I had my own little drum set, I had my little quad show, I had my little, you know, tune that I make, things that I make personally, and I used to write and sing in the bottom there. So I thought my first Calypso tent right there. Alone, man.
Let's the development of your career over the years. We know the opportunity came around that you had to leave this place.
Yeah,
I remember you. I remember you used to be doing sales and stuff on time. That's how long I know.
Working in spicing for
I remember how long you've been doing that. In Muscles Man doing sales, and I remember once you told me, man, something came up family.
Yeah, unfortunately,
I had to leave Grenada for a bit. You know?
And I didn't really go over there. No, never my intention to stay over there this long. Our intention was to, okay, you know, I get my family over there, and then I come back home, because that was my thing. I work on a cruise ship for years, but I always here still, you know. I come back home, and then medical stuff happened to, you know, and then I just had to get stuck, not to me, but family again.
Family-wise.
And then, you know, I had to pick up the mantle and move on. I just say it's family. You first, then God, family, you, then family, you know. Yeah. So I take up the mantle and doing what I'm doing. But trust me, not long again, I could give this out there. I'm back. I'll be back.
You have to come back and always have the opportunity to continue breathing that fresh air.
I'll be
around good people.
That's all I want to do, man.
Stability in life and everything is always
the music and the peace and the tranquility that I get from when I'm here. That's why I return here. I don't care what it costs. I'm here 2-3 times a year. I run in sometimes, people don't even know that I'm here. But around this time, I spend more time, you know what I mean? Than
getting the socializing part of it. You do it more, of course,
you know, 2 months, 6 weeks, whatever. I stay around here. I ain't coming here for 2 weeks unless or a week or a day, unless I could just run to do something and run back, you know what I mean? But I'm here every day, as I told you before. All you know that. I know everything that goes on in here. I know your program. I know who you talk to. I know who Innocent talk to. I know everything that goes on.
You keep in touch.
I keep in touch.
Let's focus on your music for a wee bit. folks may remember you a lot in the Parang.
In the Parang
part of because it's one of the popular songs that you may have, have done. People, Santa Claus is my father.
Born the 11th September. Reality. So much people meet me and tell me, I born September, and what you talk about there is, Lord, I think you're talking about me. So the reality of the song and the relevance of, and then the music is really, really good. It's good.
And it's continued to be one of those particular Parang that will play year after year. That will suddenly play year after year for some reason or the other. It's a love song. Then we have strong calypsos from you, sir. Over the years. I'm trying to remember one that for some reason it's always one of those songs I always like to play. I don't know, I haven't seen a moment with it right now. But you have always given us great music over the years.
Try my best, man.
You have a particular style that is unique to you. As Muscles. I remember back then with of course yourself. I could go back in radio, Clayton G.
Kitty Boy and Steve Theodore always. That was our team. Steve Soca Elvis, so we call Soca.
You guys as a team up together and great music. I always remember having you guys in the studio and having that interview with every one of you all together.
Always. Man, that was used to be days of Calypso, man, because we used to be around. We support each other. It's like the camaraderie, no rivalry. We, like, one person make it, we all make it, So we used to help each other in the writing, help each other in the performing, give each other tips, and then we had all you on that radio station, because one thing about radio station that we always talk about, and still even now, that most radio stations I bring my music to, they would say, once Muscle drop a song, we don't have to bring it to management to listen. We know it's clean.
It's proper fix.
It's proper fix. So what I mean? And that's the kind of thing that I still try to do to this day with my music. But I love this art form. I love Calypso music. And people think that making it to a finals or winning is you're a good Calypsonian. I don't see that. Because most Calypsonians that winning or make it in a final, they don't even write their songs. So.
No, true. But as you say that, you've been doing this for the love of it.
Really and truly.
For the love of it.
Really and truly.
You may not have always gone through to the levels that you would like to every year. You understand? Not every year you may have made it to the semis or to the final. All over the years. But you continue to produce music every year. You continue to give us good music. You continue to return home. It has not flunked you from in any way. I'm saying I want to drop this. I want to drop
like I said, a line in my song this year. For years I've been doing it with zero compensation. Like Mr. X and Small is all you want me quit. Nah, that ain't happening.
How happy are you in terms of the overall development of music in Grenada? Have you think we have gotten to a level, or we have gone to a level? In your humble opinion,
when it comes to music, I don't think we don't have enough choices of bands to accompany Calypsonians. This is the biggest challenge we have inside here. Hence, we're reversing. We are going backward in a way, because when you look at, even last night I went up in the Groovy Soca Monarch and I seen the same set of brassmen who blow for me, who blow for Innocent and them, with their tent and them. I seen this, so I asked
it's a bit of an overwork on
that's what I'm saying. Those guys and them have to be tired. So when suddenly of us get on stage to do this stuff, it's too much music in your head. You know what I mean? Too much music to remember. If you're not playing it on the social level, or the professional level on a score sheet, where a man could just put a score sheet in front of you and you could play exactly what's in front there. And still that might confuse you. So I don't think we advancing much in that stage. But when it comes to the overall artistry of the guys who singing, and I think we have improvement in there in terms of writing. Who writes.
The incorporation of young people, especially now, we've seen a lot of youngsters jumping into the Calypso. How happy are you for that?
Because listen, it's each one to teach one. Is I used to watch the guys from Trinidad before I started watching the guys from Grenada, because Trinidad had a bigger avenue where you could hear guys from like the Joke, the Sparrow, the Kitchener, those guys, and them, the Black Stallion, and then you start to have the image of Wizard and Jamo and Squeezy and those guys and them, that you start to say, they're doing it down here too. And I start to emulate them, like to get into the Calypso thing, and So when you're asking me like how the improvement,
The young people.
I see it. I see it. We just have to nurture them, and get them interested in the tent. You know what I mean? Like I saw, I think what little Jello, I think I saw in our stage this year doing calypso music. I'd love that. You have a young guy that
I've been listening to them, the Shamak and all of these young guys.
Right. His name I was trying to remember
all of these young guys getting into
I love to see that.
So you saying the future is bright for Calypso Grenada.
Teacher ID again doing a good job with those young stars and them for years now. He's always had them there in the the junior calypso competition. Calypso could never die. That's all I could tell you. Calypso could never die.
Well, we certainly hope that
find somebody. He would find you like it finds me, and I could never let it go. So Calypso would always be there.
There's a couple of tracks that you have done this year. Approximately, I'm seeing 1, 2, 3 before me this morning. There's one that sort of tickles my fancy a wee bit. I have the tendency to play it when I'm off programs of this nature, to the music part of things of the morning show. I play it a lot. I'm just going to play a snippet of it this morning, not too much of it. I don't want to dominate it with music playing too much, but I'm going to play a snippet of it this morning, and we're going to chat about this song just a wee bit. Let's listen up to this.
This year, be fair, you hear? You may have your favorite, sing as you like, but when I hit the stage, please don't treat me vibe. I am doing this thing to my best ability. Being present here takes plenty time, money, and energy.
As I said, I'm going to cut it short. I'm going to cut it short. Tell me about this song. The inspiration that came about. I'm having my own notion in relation to it. What you're singing about. But I want to hear it from you personally. What this song says means out to you.
This song started, to tell you the truth, I was on stage performing in the cinema a couple of years ago, I think, or maybe even last year too. And I just watched certain people come on stage and sing, and I look at certain people in the audience. I still didn't call name, but if you listen to the song, you would know exactly who I'm talking about. Certain people would shake guys' hands while on the stage singing and whatever. And I said to myself, I wonder if I sing that song that they did, if I would get a reception. I don't think so. I know so. Not I don't, but I know so. Okay, so if they sing the song that I had sung that night, would they have give them the reception also? I think so. They would have done it. So it just comes down to is who sing it then? Okay. So that's where the idea born from. So it's to me it's who sing whatever, and it happens long before here, man. I watch the thing going on. So it's always like it's who singing. That's my feeling.
So your music, the concept of you writing is always of a realistic nature.
All the time. Even if you come down from, I always say my biggest song ever. People are telling me because that's what I write. Santa Claus is my father. It's nothing. As I say in the song, nothing changed. Not even the words, even the names haven't been changed in the song.
I got to question my mom. I'm on the 19th of September.
You better.
God rest her soul. But I'm on the 19th of September.
Yeah,
so
but then again, if you look at it again, you go realize that that it's when I say this man is my father, I don't mean in this man that we create. You understand what I mean? So that's why I try. I don't talk about this song. That's why I try to write realistic stuff. Like whatever happening to me or comes feel is here. That's why, and I realize that works for me. I don't know for other people. Cause even the other song about think about your future is just this friend of mine that in jail for some little stuff that he did, and I know he was not thinking. He was just not thinking. So I'm trying to get people to really think before you do something, and especially the youths, And it was true. A playwright from Grenada, he asked me not to call his name in the song, that gave me a long letter a couple of years ago to write a calypso. And I had this melody and this idea already that I just put in most of his words in there to accompany. And I just let it off this year. Unfortunately, I didn't go forward in the competition because again I didn't want to get to there, to what happened. But so it is, man. I'm here again next year. Trust me.
Muscles, we're gonna take a wrap for today. But always a pleasure, and of course I'm not going to see you around for the rest of the season.
Of course you will.
And of course I know you're going to be doing your thing.
Job, whatever I do.
Hopefully see you later, of course, on the TV and Spice Up the car as part of the reality Superman competition. You could come around and of course enjoy.
We started this thing too, me Steve Theodore and the same Kitty Barnes thing on them. So,
I remember that. So I want to thank you once again, bro. I appreciate you taking the time out to pop by. It's a pleasure to of course chat with you. As it feels like old times for some reason or the other.
I'm home.
It feels like old times, man. Thanks a whole lot once again.
Appreciate GBN. Appreciate you, man. Every time.
Take it easy, my brother.
Blessings,
hey, folks, we drew for a break. Let's take it when we come back. Well, of course, we're going to have an open line session when we come back. Just had to chip in, of course, Muscles with me in this segment this morning, just in this first 15-minute segment. We'll be right back. Don't touch it out. Stay with us, folks.
JKT Entertainment is bringing the heat. It's time to feel the sound and smell the burn. Bass and burn, cars and noise. The automotive experience of the year. July 26th and 27th at the National Stadium Car Park. It's 2 days of adrenaline-fueled madness with over 30 show cars from Trinidad, including Lethal Auto, MacGyver Sounds, and Simplicity Creations, plus Grenada's own beasts, bringing the noise.
He'll say you got come touch me then.
Early bird tickets are just $50. After that, it's $60. Get yours now at gotofed.com and all authorized ticket outlets. Gates open at 11 a.m. on both days. Sponsored by Country Cold Store, SP's International, Campari, Stag, Rubis, Fast Print, Waggy Tea, GMC, Rainbow Janitorial, Eco Blue, Spice Style Automotive, and McIntyre Brothers.
Calling the CARICOM community, assembling Global Africa, the 4th edition of the Afri-Caribbean Trade Investment Forum. Active 2025 is coming to St. George, Grenada, this 28th to 29th July. Join government and business leaders, investors, and trade and finance institutions to explore the theme, resilience and transformation, enhancing Africa-Caribbean economic cooperation in an era of global uncertainty. Be there as we stand together to strengthen our commercial ties, to promote shared trade and investment opportunities, and unlock prosperity for Africa, the Caribbean, and the wider diaspora. The 4th Afri-Caribbean Trade and Investment Forum. Reserve your place now at active2025.com.
Remembering our past, reclaiming our roots, empowering our future. On August 1st, Grenada will rally with the global African diaspora to celebrate Emancipation Day.
Bring down the power of love, I say. Bring down the power.
Let us bring down the power of freedom as Grenville comes alive with exciting cultural performances, exhibitions, food, fashion, and great speeches on August 1st. The day celebrations commence at 6 a.m. with an emancipation breakfast at the Grenville Car Park. At 4:30 p.m., the traditional mass bands will assemble at Dunfermline and head for Grenville, while the school marching bands will leave Progress Park at 5:30 p.m. and parade down to Soubise for the spectacular Flambeau March into Grenville at 6:30 p.m. At precisely the stroke of 8, the spotlight shifts to the Grenville bus terminal with an action-packed program of cultural presentations from the National Performing Company, Spiceland dancers, Cultural Train, Lion Pride, Tivoli drummers, spoken word poets, and top local Calypsonians. There will also be a special reenactment of the Emancipation Proclamation. So put on your African wear and come to Grenville in your numbers on August 1st and bring down the power of love and freedom as we celebrate our emancipation.
Welcome back, listeners. Welcome back, viewers. To the point, Classic Radio, GBN TV. Once again, your host, GT, with you this morning. What's everybody doing, folks? Of course, I want to thank my good bro Muscles there for popping in with me for this, just in that first segment. He was scheduled to actually be with Innocent this morning, but I just had to make sure I just pop him in with me this morning so that I could accommodate him. He was over there waiting a wee bit. Hey, Muscles, thanks once again. Hey, folks, we're going into an open line edition in this segment up until the 10 o'clock hour, which means you listeners and viewers, you have the option of calling in. Let's hear from you, your views, your concerns. Let's hear from you. Something that just came to mind, that a bit of experience, and I know there have been numerous of you, of course, you listeners and viewers of there may have had the same experience like I did. Customer service in Grenada. I want us to focus on that a wee bit, along with anything else that you want to focus on. How do you feel about the level of customer service here in Grenada? You go to various business establishments here in this country, and sometimes the way you are treated by the employees. How do you feel? Do you have a concern? Sometimes we see businesses find that they are not, prospering, if you would say, as they should. And are the managers of these businesses, the supervisors of these businesses, paying attention to sometimes how the folks they employ treat their customers? Customers is important to the development of your business. And sometimes we see the manner in which they treat you makes you feel like you don't want to go or patronize to that particular business. That's something I want us to focus along this morning. If there's other, of course, issues that you may like to tapping on, feel free to do it also. But let's hear your views on that. You may have experiences from time to time, going to various business establishment, whether it's public or public service or even private businesses you go to, and the experience that you have makes you think twice. Oh, what am I doing there? Am I begging, if I could say that, to spend my own money? Or the treatment you get make you feel maybe I should not patronize that establishment anymore? Let's hear from you, 435-2041. Let's go to the phone line. Caller live. Good morning. You're welcome.
Good morning, GT. How is everything?
Doing good, sir. How are you this morning?
Yeah, I never had a problem with customer service in any case. But
you never did. Lucky you.
Every brother train people to do certain things. You have to train them. So I go and ask for work and get a work in, but they're trained to do certain things. They're the place where them from since home, and they come out in the business place the same way. So when they had a problem home, and they want to get a new. We have to train people when they come in the
but
business place.
sometimes you have your personal problems, I understand.
Yeah,
but you don't have to pour it out on the customers or who are visiting the establishment. You understand?
Yeah. But the people who own the business, train them.
But sometimes these business owners are sometimes unaware, because the owners sometimes are not the one who are there on a 24-hour basis, monitoring the workers. Maybe they've been hearing the complaints. You understand?
You might go up in a building and say good morning, and people don't like statues. Good morning, and people like statue. Sometimes,
All right.
But I mean, I have some problem otherwise in any case. Something comes on the road, and whatnot. And some tires up in bushes, some tires on the dump.
Yeah.
Like first I talk about this. Some tires with the dump up in Perseverance. Over 1,000 tires, and all the tires exposed to the open. Now there's a threat go happen there tomorrow. Something happen, the epidemic happening tomorrow with mosquitoes.
Okay.
There's 1,000 tires open in the air, taking water, settling for a long period of time. I see the fog in Tempe yesterday. I was up in St. Paul. I see the fog in Tempe yesterday. There's fog right now in Calgary, full of us right now. The place full of mosquito, day and night, outside, inside mosquito. So that tire they having up in Perseverance, the boss man, go create an epidemic in Grenada to more with that tire to be covered. We'll pack it better and get it and drill a hole in so water can settle inside it. All they have it pecamel, open. All them tires are water inside it. All them call on the Ministry of Health from today to tomorrow. When you get that time, go and mend up tire up in bushes you. Because you got a problem with growing up with mosquitoes.
All right. Is it on the Perseverance dump or bushes you?
The Perseverance dump.
Perseverance, okay.
But you don't just pick up anyhow in a corner. And you have 1,000 of them there with water settled inside it for a long period of time.
All right. So I certainly hope that the folks in authority are listening to this, and they are aware of it. They're probably aware of it already.
They must listen at all. Now listen to me. Now the second point now, they will be paying product by me there. There are some problem, we have some hole for about a minute pending there. And they put some fine stone. So I told the gentleman, I said, boss, you put a stone there right now and you want it good. I said, by the time Friday, all them stone will be in the road and you got a hole again, Cover it up with steel. So people go run on this spoon and they can't dig up the stone and come back to the hole. I passed the last night, I have about 3 hole already, 3 or 4 hole in it already. And by the week, by tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, I'll go dig up again. And they have to come back and make it back again with hole. You know? So I call the ministry. I told them try and check them down, put up that stick on top of the stone. So if you want to be smooth, then you have any stone, they want to be stop inside and you move out. You kick up some stone. Everybody can kick up stone. All in some you have about 3 holes in it already.
Right,
all it's on in the road. But see, we doing things in Green today, helter skelter, and they feel that them doing the work, feeling it all, and nobody can tell them nothing to correct them in any case.
All right, man. Thank you, Carl. Thank you so much.
Walking the street for the past time, one more point. Walking the street for a while.
All right.
We have the tar on the roadside, and we have concrete drain, but we have more grass going in that area, the modern way of mud. I feel there was time to dig up the grass and the mud inside that concrete between the area and make the road look as one concrete and tar alone. Then you have concrete on the side of in the drain, tar once, and you have a pile of grass going tall in the middle of them and things. After this time we get greener looking nice and thing, man.
All right.
Time we get greener looking good when you come in town, you go sit down at a place. I mean, strange. Government come, government go. Nobody made up nothing. Everybody is doing the same thing. Tantin you have a bus stop in Tantin there, by the bungs about, by the gardens there. You have a pile of stuff on top, it's mud and thing, gravel and thing. And the whole amount, every time the rain fall, you come in the road, you come in the drain. Clean up Tantin drain goes clean. Tantin drain have a foundation, a concrete foundation. Clean up all the mud in Tantin drain right from there right down to the Port Authority, AICSA, and water go on free. But then clean up that mud from inside what settled for a long time there. You all have floor in Tantin.
All right, man. All right, thank you once again.
Yeah, blessing.
You too. Have a good morning. Caller via WhatsApp. Good morning. You're welcome. Let's hear your contribution this morning.
Yeah. Good morning, GT.
Good morning,
and
sir.
I will. Yeah. Are you hearing me?
Loud and clear. Go right ahead, please.
Yeah. I will comply partly with what you asked for about the thing, but I have my other issue I want to raise. But in terms of customer service, indeed, this is almost a crisis. Now, I remember many years ago, I went to a certain school, secondary school, to give a talk at the assembly time Monday morning. And I will never forget, I asked the students, why are you coming to school? And some children, particularly the male, was very enthusiastic and they put up their hands. And one of them said to me, or a couple of them said to me, sir, to get a job. So if we started out from that, we already lost. Because you don't go to school for a job. You go to school to learn to become a cooperative, collaborative, a decent citizen. Otherwise, you become a consumer. And I've said what a consumer is also. The other thing about it is that we say we are friendly people, we are nice and whatever. But who we are friendly to? We might be friendly to foreigners, especially those that not look like the majority of us. But we are hostile to each other in every sense of the way. And if you think I'm crazy, look at what we even do to our skin and our hair. This is a sense of self-hatred. I mean, of course, in a way, we are suffering from the trauma and the colonization and all the internal destruction that has been foisted on us. Now, let me leave that one day. So we need to remedy that, and you can't give what you don't have. It is also question, going back to the school and the home, the failure of parenting and schooling. I mean, we setting children on the wrong trajectory. The other thing about it is that I attended a seminar out of New Zealand earlier this week, and one of the things that struck me, which I try to deal with in Grenada, is how we focus on the thinking part of the child. We introduce the child with the left brain very early and flood the child, in terms of utilizing the thinking brain. And that is not the time for that. We need to leave them in the right brain. That's why kindergarten was invented, so that the child could play in the garden, learn certain things. I mean, the sort of be amazed about nature. But I'll leave that for next time. Now, one of my gripes is that the U.S. government and the agent continue to interfere in the internal affairs of the countries in the region. Now, I don't know the issue about Mr. Mohammed in Guyana. I think it's very insulting for the U.S. ambassador in Guyana to be deciding who should be in the Guyana parliament. The Guyanese should decide that, not the Americans. They cannot even hold proper election in the United States. We're starting with Algo and Son. They had to end up in the court, and also they had a riot in 2020 or something like that. So who are them to say who should enter the court? The Guyanese should decide that. Not, I have no affinity for the Guyanese politicians, but at least out of principle, the Americans have no right to involve, to be trying to influence other people's electoral process. I remember when Mr. Andel was on the radio some time ago on your program. I think either him and probably subject to connection. I said that I sort of critiqued the Caribbean government for not trying to mobilize their citizens to influence the election in the United States. And somebody, maybe you, GT, I can't remember, or even the minister, saying, well, it's American, or somebody called, I can't remember, say, oh, America, we can't get involved in the American election. But we are allowing them to get involved in our elections. So we need to be mindful on that.
All right.
And ask ourselves, are we sovereign? Look now, the strangling Cuba and Venezuela. We need to exercise solidarity, and that is where I come in Guyana. No, Guyana, they're talking about if the man goes into parliament, that would affect companies from America coming. I'm getting emotional. Who are they to decide?
Colin, thank you so much, and I appreciate your contribution as always. Appreciate it a whole lot. Have a good morning. Let's take another caller. Caller, you're live. Good morning. Welcome.
Yes, good morning, GT. I thought you introduced that topic, so
I did.
Your callers derailed it. Dancer boy, good morning. Yes, don't do that next time. Listen to what GT say and follow what he would like to talk about. Anyhow, yes, GT, the customer service really needs looking into, but it is not as simple as we think, because society puts out its workers. So how they behave ordinarily is just so they behave on the job. But I must praise there is one lady that stands, while she's a little, she doesn't have much height, I must say, but she stands tall among the rest in customer service, a lady at Bargain House.
Okay.
If you go in there, you will see what I mean. She's friendly, she's helpful, she will get you to buy even though you had no intention of buying. I hope Bargain House realize that they have a gem. Because I can tell you, I get treated differently depending on how I dress.
Yes.
If I dress down, I'll be spoken down to. Yeah, they have this condescending manner. And I don't know where these young ladies get this idea of calling everybody darling. Darling, no darling. And you understand? you come to shop. You know, I don't know. Okay, maybe the Imani should look into that and train people in customer service so they'll be a little more business-like. Yes,
Colin, but it seemed to be across the board too. It's not only the small stores, but I'm talking about major establishments in Grenada, businesses that have been around there for a long time, who have renowned international names. They are franchised from other countries.
Yes,
and you go to these particular business establishments, and you realize how you are treated.
Right.
By the employees.
And that's why I said they are the product of the present day society. Okay. Okay? So they really need a training as to how to become professional, because the present day society that turned them out, remember, most of the workforce, they were born after Ivan. So the little people, they're not sure of what is accepted behavior on the job.
But doesn't it left up to management to take notice of these particular behaviors? They are supervisors and managers and so forth.
We as the customers must point it out to them. So I believe that your program this morning will hit a spot, and they will take note. The workers speak to customers in a condescending manner. Yeah, some of them they almost look like they're too busy to serve you.
I agree. And I came up with this. I came up with this topic, man, this morning because of my personal experience. Yeah, you know, you have this experience where you get the impression like, I might come to beg to spend my own money.
Right.
You understand? And, you know, it really kind of threw me off. And I said I have to talk about that this morning. Because
I do it purposely. I would dress up and go in a store, and I would get a different thing. And I would dress down, and Papa, it's almost like, well, what is old lady doing here?
But it shouldn't be, eh? It shouldn't actually it shouldn't be how you dress. You should be treated in a particular manner. It doesn't remember your dress code. It shouldn't be.
So that's where the training comes in. They definitely need training. I also observed to a GT that the workers in St. George's and workers at Grandance behave differently.
I agree.
Right. In Grandance, you don't get this kind of rag-up behavior. They're nice and soft.
But not all. Maybe particular businesses in Grandance do, but there are some businesses in the Grandance that do have that particular behavior too. You may not have had the experience, but sometimes I may have seen for different reasons. Folks just treat you differently.
But they really need the training because, for example, I went in a shoe store in town, and it was the size of the shoe was 8.5. 8.5 means what? 8.5.
Yes.
Okay. So she went. I tried the 8.5. I tried it on, and she went to get the pair for me, but she gave me 8 in the box. I didn't know. I didn't expect that, and I didn't know. So the next thing now, when I got home, I see she gave me an 8. So I brought it back. Papa, the lady raised hell on me. She say, she says a 8 to try on is a 8. Is another worker that was there when I tried on the 8.5. And she just quietly went and get an 8.5, and she handed me, and I left.
All right.
So poor thing. I felt sorry for that one because she really didn't know that 8.5 is 8.5.
Understandable. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Training is needed in order to keep us as customers. Training is needed.
Thank you.
Yes?
Thank you so much. Appreciate your call. Let's take another caller before we entertain the break. Caller via WhatsApp. Good morning. You're welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
How are you?
Doing great. How are you doing this morning yourself?
Good.
All right.
Good. This program should happen at least once a month. What you just, the topic?
Yes.
It should be at least once a month because this is really great. This is big because, it's all about tourists and, things like that. And for some reason, like I remember going to the grill master. I think that people who is very nice, they need to be called out and give them the flowers while they're alive. And we don't have to wait till they pass and say, she was so nice, and when I go and tell them now, you understand? So just as how we calling out people that's wrong and what they're doing, call out the good ones and the name where they work that the guy just did, that's very good. Like one time I went to Grill Master, and sometimes, not everybody, the customer service, the food is good, but the customer service is like you're begging them. Like you ask a question twice and you're bothering people. And one day I went there and I just wanted to just leave. So I just had to wait for a friend, so I went in the back and sit down and eat. And that customer service was so great from that guy. I don't remember his name, Josh or something. He's a mixed guy, kind of white or something, right? And the guy was so nice, asking you what you want. You know, you want some more ice, you know. And I felt so good. I'm still
makes you want to go back on a regular basis.
You want to go back.
All right.
Then you go to the airport one time, go upstairs. There's some beautiful girls sitting there. In 2023, nice girls dressed in the white and neat, and I'm so hungry because the flight delay, and I go upstairs and I'm like, do you know where the person is who is selling? And the attitude I got is like, could you just move so we could talk? I felt so bad, so I'm hungry, so I just went back downstairs and I went to the duty-free shop and I was explaining to this lady what happened. And she was so sweet. And she was a mature woman. In 2023, she's not an old lady and she's not young, but she's mature. Okay. And she was so nice. And I said, my God, sometimes one person could turn your whole day and the next one could be so, And then this other guy talked about the way he dressed. There was a movie like that with where the lady go back in, dressed different, treated different, and go back in, and then she said, remember me? I think everybody know that movie, where she got so much, you know what I mean? So I think the managers need to, I don't want to stay too long, the managers need to have a box in every workplace with a lock and key and a slot, and you put in your comments.
I agree.
Of people who treat you well, and look at it every month.
All right.
And then they will see who names coming up regular.
Caller, I want to thank you. We're due for a break.
Have a blessed day.
Thank you so much for your contribution this morning. Caller, folks, we're due for a break. Let's take that break. When we come back with more of your calls. Stay with us. Classic Radio, GBN TV. It's To The Point. We're coming right back.
Looking to shop online from your favorite stores like Amazon and Shein? With GPC Global, it's never been easier. Get your very own US address and shop from around the world. With GPC Global, you can order the latest trends and must-have items, all delivered straight to Grenada to your closest post office for your pickup. We offer the cheapest rates, and our service is reliable and quick. No more waiting for weeks for your packages. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Join the Grenada Postal family today and start shopping smarter.
Calling the CARICOM community, assembling global Africa. The 4th edition of the Afri-Caribbean Trade Investment Forum, Active 2025, is coming to St. George, Grenada, this 28th to 29th July. Join government and business leaders, investors, and trade and finance institutions to explore the theme, Resilience and Transformation, Enhancing Africa-Caribbean Economic Cooperation in an Era of Global Uncertainty. Be there as we stand together to strengthen our commercial ties, to promote shared trade and investment opportunities, and unlock prosperity for Africa, the Caribbean, and the wider diaspora. The 4th Afri-Caribbean Trade and Investment Forum. Reserve your place now at active2025.com.
JKT Entertainment is bringing the heat. It's time to feel the sound and smell the burn. Bass and burn, cars and noise. The automotive experience of the year. July 26th and 27th at the National Stadium Car Park. It's 2 days of adrenaline-fueled madness with over 30 show cars from Trinidad, including Lethal Auto, MacGyver Sounds, and Simplicity Creations, plus Grenada's own beasts bringing the noise.
He'll say your bad, come touch me then.
Early bird tickets are just $50. After that, it's $60. Get yours now at gotofed.com and all authorized ticket outlets. Gates open at 11 a.m. on both days. Sponsored by Country Cold Store, SP's International, Campari, Stag, Rubis, Fast Print, Waggy Tea, GMC, Rainbow Janitorial, Eco Blue, Spice Style Automotive, and McIntyre Brothers.
Yes, people, it's me, Tongue God. Don't do your man that. Remember, GBN, Spice Up the Carnage. I will be there. Don't do your man that. Your man that deserve that, girl. Don't do your man that. Your man that deserve that. Don't do your man that. Your man that deserve that, girl. Don't do your man that. Your man that. Oh God! Ladies, make sure you come my people support. I will be there. Boom.
Don't do your man that, your man don't deserve that, yeah. Don't do your man that, your man don't deserve that. Don't do your man that, your man don't deserve that, yeah. Don't do your man that, your man don't deserve that. Oh God.
Stumps ready? The biggest party in sports is back. It's Republic Bank CPL 2025. Bowls off August 14th to September 21st. 34 matches, 6 teams, 6 nations. Pure Caribbean cricket frenzy. From big sixes to deadly yorkers, catch every boundary, every wicket, every moment. Live on GBN TV and Classic Radio. This is not just cricket. This is CPL. Sponsored by Republic Bank, Glen, and Hubbard. Republic Bank CPL 2025. Don't miss a ball. Welcome back, listeners. Welcome back, viewers. To the point for today, Friday, the 25th day of July. We have an open line edition this morning. We'll have a few more minutes left on today's program. We have time to entertain some more of your calls. Let's hear your views and your concerns. Of course, our topical conversation this morning, more or less based on customer service. How do you feel about customer service here in Grenada? Do you appreciate, of course, when you go to a particular business establishment and the manner where you are being treated? How do you feel about that? I'm sure you may have had experiences that you would like to speak about. Feel free to do so in today's segment. We go to the phone line for our next caller. Caller, you're live. Good morning. Welcome.
Yes, good morning, GT.
Good morning to you, sir. How are you doing?
Wonderful program. But initially, you did said that we could discuss the customer service situation, and then you did.
Yeah, you could rally into other things if you don't wish to speak about it. It's not a problem. If you want to talk about it, so be it.
That. Okay, no problem. But wonderful program, and I like your perspective this morning. And a lot of those things have a lot to do with the way we've been indoctrinated from a colonial point of view. You heard the lady talk about how when she was dressed in a particular manner, how they treated her. And all those things were handed down. The fact is, we keep saying about today and today. All those things, they breaking down in communication and PR and the way in which we treat people, that trickle down through the whole slavery system. Sometimes we don't want to talk about it. But something what I've discovered, though, however, with since this government came in power for the last 3 years, the facts are there to show you that they've been having programs with not directly 100% with customer service, but how to do business. And they had it in a broad manner of how to deal with customers, how to deal with certain situations. So they had some programs in different community centers around Grenada dealing with some of those same issues. So in that manner, I want to really appreciate the government and talk about the things they're doing to enhance even customer service. Because the truth of the matter is we have some work to do in that regard. And we have to be honest with ourselves. And we too have to understand that once we have good customer service, then we as a people, we will grow. We will have more respect for each other. We will understand why people do what they do. For example, do we have anything set up like a feasibility studies as to why people react the way that they react? From a chronological point of view, what have we been doing? How do we break that system in terms of that mental frame where we think that other people should be treated better than some? And all those things will have to be included in how we ourselves deal with our children from home, and that's respect. And it may sound weird to some folks, but this is where some sort of Bible studies have to be done, ethics and all that and so on, what they used to do before. And because just the bottom line is just respecting people. It doesn't matter what position you have in life. It doesn't matter your social background. If you're white, you're black, you're yellow, you're green, you're short, or you're tall. It's just customer service have a lot to do with appreciating your job how you deal with people and realizing that every human being needs to be respected. And I'm happy that the government been pushing the initiative where people can learn different things through the various programs that they're doing. So I want to commend them for that. And we as Grenadians, we have to get on board. And Chitty,
yes, sir.
Very, very interested indeed, man. Keep doing your job and wonderful. Have yourself
all right, man. Take it easy, man. All the best to you also. We do have another caller via WhatsApp. Good morning. You're welcome.
Hey, GT, my friend.
Good morning to you, sir. How are you doing this morning?
Well, you're doing a bright red, my friend.
Yeah. I don't know if it signifies danger or it signifies love, whatever it means, you know, but...
Well, that's something. Adena born in red up here, man. We having up to 98 degrees. And
all right. Well, you know, try to stay in the shade. Let's hear your contribution this morning because we have some limited time.
I'm just asking you to trade place today. Anyway, GT, I want to congratulate the administration yesterday on what happened in the Parliament, and also I want to congratulate the opposition, you know, because the thing about we send people to Parliament and sometimes we don't just want to see one side, but yesterday we see where both sides could come together and reach an agreement and come with a vote, you know, so I just want to congratulate them. And the customer service, GT, one of the problems we have in Grenada is when visitors come to the Maurice Bishop International Airport, sometimes they don't even greet you, you understand? They will say, well, welcome to Grenada, and I think that's where you're supposed to start, because we have visitors like last month I had a friend went down there, she married to somebody from Haiti, she and her husband, and the way they was treated at the airport, it was unbelievable. When she come and I was like, how is it time? She said, Grenada is my country, but I don't think I want to come back because the customer service sucks. And I said, what happened? She said there was a lady, which I always hear complain about, the same lady, they say is a black skin lady that work on the airport. Maybe she's from Tivoli or wherever, and she don't have no manners at all. You understand? So we into the carnival season, and a lot of visitors will be coming. So then I will like better customer service when you touch the side of Grenada for our tourists and our nationals.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
My friend.
You too. Have a blessed day, man, and stay in the shade. All right. Good morning to you, caller. Welcome.
Greetings, Mr. Telesford. How are you?
Doing good, sir.
I'm happy to have the opportunity to bowl the last over this morning. Let's go. As it relates to customer services today, Joe, Mr. Telesford, from year to year, and seemingly, I'm rather surprised to hear the subject raising again. We have a major problem. My experiences are very clear on them. One time I walked into a store. Well, I don't go into them very many these days. And there was this woman, all of a sudden, what you want? I said, excuse me, ma'am? She said, I said, what you want? I said, well, you go suck yourself. And I turned around with a rat. You know what a rat is? I right about town and I walk straight out of the store. That happens from time to time. That's why I don't go in the store again. But Mr. Telesford, if I wish to change to another topic, yesterday we saw a coup d'etat in the parliament of this country, and I want Grenadians to understand what went wrong here. We had a group of elites, quote unquote, in this here country getting together because they feel they know everything about what is written in Constitution, and it's them failing to understand the Grenadians who understand crystal clearly English language and the science of it, linguistics. And so they've gotten I like to call it probably an artificial intelligence, but most loose, mean, perverse interpretation of what is written in the Constitution, and they came up with a plot. What they have done will have its backlash. But they won this one. Grenadians, however, must understand that that has not changed the status of Grenada. It's still a colony of Great Britain. This constitution order is still signed by the monarch. We still have the Royal Grenada Police. What have we done? The King's position is still held in the Parliament, as Section 23 states. The King's position on the executive is also held in Section 57. What have we really done? They tell me we do it incrementally. No, brothers and sisters. The same effort they made there yesterday could have been transformed by just calling upon the people, but now they're afraid the people, for a referendum on whether or not we wish to continue to live under an imperial order, because we're still under imperial order, while some of them basking in the glory with bluff and manipulation of the English language. it because they believe a lot of we stupid, as we say in this here country. But the time will come, we wait. Now I wish to launch the counter coup. We have to struggle Grenadians for a referendum of ratification of this perverse action that took place in the parliament yesterday. Grenada is yours. In a democracy, or quote-unquote democratic country, the sovereign and constituent power belongs to the people, not a few pseudo-aristocrats. For what it's worth, Mr. Telesford, do have a nice day. Will you?
Best wishes goes out to you also, sir. Have a good day. 445-2041. We have 2 minutes moving up before the top 10. We still could accommodate another call or two if it comes really, really quickly. We could accommodate, and we do have another caller. Caller, you're live. Good morning. Welcome.
Hello, good morning. How are you?
Doing good, sir. Doing good.
Thank you for taking my call, sir. As we were saying there a while ago, sir, what we call respect and discipline start from home. And if you don't have it from home, you can't go in your workplace with it. Because if you don't know respect home and you have no discipline from home, you can't go in your workplace with it. Right? This is one. So a lot of us must understand what we exercise home is what we're going to workplace with. Right. Secondly, sir, there is some illegal surveyor in Grenada going around surveying people place and creating confusion and asking land and survey please to look into them, because they're creating confusion between family, between neighbors, and between what you call boundary line people. So asking land and survey please to look into them illegal surveyor. They are stealing about the place. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Thank you very much. And that was a quick one. We still have about a minute and a half to go before the top of the hour. We could accommodate another call if it comes really quickly. If it don't come quickly, we could actually, take a wrap for today's edition of To The Point. And I would say it's a wrap for us for today. I want to thank all who called in and contributed, especially towards the subject matter that I, of course, referenced that we speak about, even though I said we still do have an open line. Customer service is something that is very important for all businesses in Grenada. And sometimes it could be why our business does not progress, and it could be the reason why a lot of businesses are regressing for various reasons, because sometimes the individuals within our businesses who we hire as employees are the one that are causing the deterioration of our businesses. So business owners especially pay a lot of attention to that. I don't know always some of the reasons and some of the gives, but home and stuff. Some folks are thought home to do the right thing, and it's not always because you don't have respect home that you do that. There are folks who are very disrespectful home, but when they're outside, they do something totally different. You understand? So I don't always agree with that particular terminology that everything is because you're not doing it home that you're doing it, that you continue to do it out there. You understand? So I'm basing that on my own opinion in relation to that. And sometimes it's kind of throws me off when everybody says the home. The home is not always the one to be blamed. Yeah, I always see it as the individual. All right, that's how I view it. The individual. If you want to be that way, that's how you're going to be. There are parents who have taught their children well. You understand? But that individual decides that's how he or her, how him or her wants to be. You understand? And it gets to that particular level. Folks, that's what we're going to take a wrap for today's edition Up to the Point, of a final edition for the week. I want to thank all who contributed. We didn't have an edition yesterday due to we carried Parliament, so we didn't have one. So we had a shortened version this week of To the Point. Join me next week once again, once the Almighty permits, health, strength, and everything else in between. I will be back for another edition for you. Have a good one, folks. That's where I say goodbye for today. Goodbye. All the best.